Jason, I don't care what you say, man. The Christmas Story.
Man, we ain't finna get back on that.
Because you know what? Ever since we talked about that a couple shows ago, I have been still. Have you rewatched that show?
Well,
Wait till Christmas time comes around.
I found this on the web.
Oh my lord! See, they listen to us. They said that I found this on the web. The doctor is Slaw.
That's what it said. I don't
Yeah.
think that's what
Especially
she
for
said.
that one.
Yeah, wait till Christmas time. We're gonna do another show. But here we go on this one.
Alright, welcome again to another episode of The Lost Blurs. Should be -1 blurred for the last kind of outburst saying the Christmas Story is Slaw, but like always, I'm the Kraken.
I am the villain.
And I didn't say it was slaw. I said it was trash. And I stand
Damn.
by that. I
Okay,
would die
what
on
is
this.
this?
I would die on this sword. It is trash.
Okay.
And I am the doctor.
And this is another episode, a special episode of The Lost Blurs. This is our Fat Tuesday episode
Yes,
where
it
we
is.
talk about everything pop culture and even some fat guy stuff. So we're going to get down to it. And today's episode, we're going to talk about the top 5 villain organizations. It doesn't matter if it's from cartoons, movies, comics, whatever. Your top 5 organizations or corporations that of villainy or bad guy them or however you want to say it.
This should be good.
So,
It's a fat guy and villain episode. It's right up my alley.
yep. So, hey, fat guys are greedy. Villains are greedy sometimes, depending on the organization. So, hey, that's how we're going to run it.
Okay.
So, who wants to go first?
I'll take a stab at
Please
this one
do.
first. So, of course, before I go over my top 5, I just got to throw out some of my honorable mentions.
All right.
So, of course, you got the Foot Clan, got the Decepticon, Hydra, got the Brotherhood of Mutants, Hellfire Club. Those are just my honorable mentions. Because you can't put everybody in. But my top 5. Number 5, as you know, I do watch some anime. I'm going to go with the Akatsuki. Those are, it's not a clan, but it's pretty much a group of individuals in the anime Naruto Shippuden.
I'm with you.
I forget, it might be 7 or 8 of those guys. Everybody knows, recognizes them because of the cloaks with the cloud image on them. And they're pretty much some of the baddest ninjas from their respective village. And they're pretty
I see
much,
what you did
they're
there.
just all bad. So that's now number 5 is the Akatsuki. Number 4, everybody's probably, well, I ain't going to say the worst because I want to even worse than them, but I'm going to go with the Umbrella Corporation.
Okay.
From the Resident Evil franchise.
Okay.
They are pure evil,
I didn't
if
think
I'm not
about Umbrella
mistaken.
Corporation, actually, to be honest with you.
They're pretty bad from the movies as well as from the video games. My number 3, I'm going to go with from a more recent show, The 7 from The Boys.
Okay, from the boys.
Okay.
Okay.
Supposed to be heroes, they are not that.
I didn't think to add them.
Get it? I just
Yeah.
had to think, and I was
Yeah,
like,
I
the
hear
7
you.
is pretty
I
bad,
hear you.
especially
I hear you.
Homelander. I mean, the scene with him and the old girl, they pretty much let everybody on that plane to die.
That's true. That was a horrible scene.
And even the
Man,
scene
yeah.
with the mother, and she was just like, just take my child. I don't care about me, just take my child.
Okay. Yeah.
And they still was like,
When
can't have no survival.
Fucking laser. That
Yeah.
was just crazy. That was that immediately. Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Now my number 2, although they had good intentions, they were pretty much responsible for the end of the world. They were very irresponsible with their creation of artificial intelligence. I'm going with Cyberdyne Systems.
That's gonna say the Avengers.
No.
Criminals too.
Cyberdyne Systems from Terminator franchise.
Blame the black man all the time.
Well, yeah, technically. I can't. Olivia Pope's dad, he did create the Terminator.
Yeah, what's his name?
Also, a cyborg. He's creating everything. all the
He
little
creates
robots.
all the end of the world destruction.
Yeah, he does.
Blame the black man for the end of the world.
My number 1, I'm pretty sure this one was gonna be on all of our lists. Maybe not number 1. It might be number 1 on the Kraken's list. We'll have to see. But I gotta go with, I know what you want to call it, the Sith, the Galactic Empire, the Order, whatever you want to call it. Palpatine and his cronies, all of them, gotta be my number one. You all know we're big on Star Wars, but I mean they pretty much wanted to take over and destroy the whole galaxy, so it don't get no worse than that.
Oh yeah.
Which?
I don't know which one of y'all want to go next.
I'll take this one, the villain.
You are the villain. Let's see what you got.
Let's see. Well, let me start off with my honorable mention. Actually, this should have been my list, but I ended up taking it down. The Fire Kingdom from Avatar.
I think the Kraken changing his answer.
No. I was looking up some. Some whatchamacallit. Oh, you said the criminal organizations. I'm gonna go with the Fire Kingdom. They were tyrants. They were all a-holes. That's more proof that he even said that it was on his ringtone. It was his message alert. So I'm going with the Fire Kingdom. I think they're badass. All of them. Fire is an awesome power to wield. It's one of the most destructive forces, if not the most destructive force in our universe. But number 5, I'm gonna go with the Foot Clan from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, led by the Shredder, possibly one of my icons, one of my favorite villains of all time. It's just an endless supply of ninjas. You know what I mean? They may not be able to beat you. They may not be the most skilled guys out there, but their numbers
They
really
just
fit
had
you.
numbers. They really are.
Yeah, they had
numbers.
They had numbers. They really had numbers on that. Number 4, I'm going to go with the Cabal. If you ever seen Earth's Mightiest Heroes, the Avengers cartoon, the Cabal is one of my favorite bad guy organizations. They had like Red Skull, Hyperion, Dracula, MODOK, Crossbones. They actually acquired the Tesseract. It was called the Cosmic Cube. They pretty much almost end the world. I know Red Skull actually gets an Iron Man suit of armor. So imagine like a Hydra Iron Man, was pretty much what Red Skull was. He was absolutely badass. The way Dracula came and they made him a supervillain was even cooler. So I got to give it to the Cabal. My number 3 is going to be the LOD, the Legion of Doom, led by Lex Luthor. I love the Legion of Doom. Awesome guys. As far as I'm concerned, some of the only people who can take down the Justice League, still feared. They always have people like the Joker. Just a good variety of bad guys. Number 2, I'm going to go with Cobra. I'm going to go with Cobra from G.I. Joe. Cobra Commander, from him, Serpentor, Destro. Actually, one of my nicknames for my daughter, I call her Destro. I love Cobra Commander. He has one of the coolest names. That symbol is actually a tattoo I want to get, the Cobra Commander symbol. At number 1 overall, I'm going to go with the Sith. We were talking about this a couple of shows ago. If it was going to be like the Order or the Knights of Ren or the Republic, I'm just going with the Sith. Because at the heart of all those organizations, those empirical organizations, is always one badass like Vader, like Maul, like Dooku, like Palpatine. There's always one Sith Lord to lead them. So if I take all of the Sith out those organizations and make a group of Sith, then my number 1, of course, leading the charge would be Lord Vader. Who's possibly still one of my favorites.
Now I have a question.
Fire away.
I actually saw this as a meme the other day.
Okay.
If Yoda was a Sith, would he be the most powerful Sith?
No. Because Yoda wouldn't be a Sith, but still.
Now,
That ain't
be
the question.
hypothetical with us, man. Jesus.
Still.
You can't unhypotheticalize the hypothetical question.
Because even with the Sith, the Emperor is going to be most, because he studied. Most Sith didn't study like he did. He was looking for holocrons, and he was looking for all the knowledge. He said every last Sith Emperor lives in him. And he wasn't bullied.
But not including Palpatine, but like Darth Maul and
Like
Vader and all of them.
I'm telling you, Yoda, under longevity, Yoda really, he's powerful, but you gotta realize the Jedi were held back. So
Exactly.
Even
some do whatever he wanted.
But see, even some Sith Lords didn't study and do stuff Palpatine did. They weren't looking, because even his master Plagueis, he knew how to live eternally and all that, but he still had flaws. Palpatine was ruthless. He didn't have many flaws. Under not being able to live forever, that's probably the only reason I would give Yoda a little bit more than Palpatine. Now, it's the longevity. I feel like that. It's the longevity because
I think if Yoda went bad and he was able to not hold back and unleash all the shit he's capable of, because that's what I always told you, that's why I would never pick a Jedi over a Sith in battle, because Jedi are willing to do things that Sith just aren't. So I'm saying, like, if I had the opportunity to have like an unleashed Yoda versus an unleashed Vader, that battle would probably end the universe. Actually, I would pick Vader in it, because Yoda has the longevity of that battle. He would lose every time. You know what I mean? Like, I think Yoda has to use his powers in bursts, you know, with his small frame, like he showed in the battle with Palpatine.
Y'all keep talking. I'm answering this.
Okay.
I did mine already.
I can't. I still can't say that. I know Yoda does so much. Other than just him having his immortality. He's not immortal, but he lived almost 1,000 years.
Right.
Just regularly.
We talking about like in a fight. You think he could? Do you think Sith Yoda could beat Sith Vader in a fight?
Just depends on.
We talking about asshole Yoda. Now you get. That's why it's hypothetical.
That's what I'm saying. It's hypothetical, but still, because all the Sith wasn't just badass.
They all weren't.
Like Maul wasn't just badass.
His fighting was, but he wasn't like a.
Yeah, like a lot of people. Asajj Ventress.
Like Count
Dooku. They were on the fence, but
okay.
You gotta realize Palpatine was badass. He actually whooped Maul and his brother at the same time in a saber fight.
That's true.
So, yeah, but he couldn't do nothing with Mace Windu.
Mace Windu was like the best swordsman.
Well, that's because Mace Windu kind of he's like on that fence. He's kind of light side, dark side. He's on that fence. He's not all the way. Well, he's more light side than dark side, but he'll tap into the dark side when he needs to win a fight. So,
we go with yours. I want to hear this. Your top 5.
My top 5 is gonna be different because we gonna get off that subject. We'll be here forever talking about that one thing. Good question though, but still.
I had to throw it out there.
Mine is similar, but mine, I just picked some organizations that I like. All right, so just like these guys, it's no particular order. I'm gonna go ahead and say the ones I have just like them, like the Empire. I have the Empire down as one of them. I've got Cobra down as another one, which Cobra is probably the most business organization out of everybody. Yeah. All right, I've got the Decepticons.
That was on mine first.
I have them, but my other two that I got that they don't have is Mad from Inspector Gadget with Dr. Claw.
Okay.
And I got the Spaceballs.
Hey.
President Screw.
Yeah.
Lord Helmet.
Yeah.
I got the Spaceballs.
Colonel Sanders.
Yeah.
And the assholes.
Yep.
Hey.
So, hey, those are my top 5 organizations. They kind of explain some of the reasons of Cobra Commander. Like I said, they were probably the most organized and the most ones that always want the money.
That's true.
They were after their money and the powers. I think I saw somebody say it was almost like some corporations now, like Amazon or something. Hey, don't
you know what? Speaking of, have you ever heard this crazy fan theory about the Mad organization that Dr. Claw is actually Inspector Gadget, like the real one?
Yeah, I heard that.
And it's Penny trying to like stop him, and they cloned the new Inspector Gadget. So,
that's why they need to make a new movie with that one too. I would like to see
a more serious version.
Yeah.
Because that Matthew Broderick
Jones. Nah, that was too lame.
But you know, Mario Brothers bad.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say the
one I almost put on my list. I can't think of the name of them. The organization on RoboCop. They're pretty bad too.
Oh, yeah, I can't think of my. Oh man,
yeah, they were. I had the Delightful Kids from down the street on mine from Codename Kids Next Door.
Yeah,
they had a bunch. They had a whole bunch of bad organizations on the Delightful Kids Next Door. But hey, I mean Codename Kids Next Door. But like we said, it's Fat Tuesday, so we're gonna go on to the next segment, which is Pick One. So our first Pick One is kind of food related, all these. So go ahead and heads up. Which one you like better, tacos or burritos?
gonna be tacos for me.
Okay.
Soft shell tacos.
Okay.
Flour tortilla, not that corn tortilla. No.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Soft shell tacos.
Okay. I'm gonna go with tacos. I'm gonna go with tacos for this one. I don't know. It's the classic way it looks. It's like the taco shell looks. I'm gonna go with hard shell tacos to be more specific. It's like the way you have to like alter the way you eat it. You know what I mean? It's like the soft shell taco. You still kind of fold over like a slight burrito. Like that hard shell taco, you gotta like turn your head. I see people like everybody has a different way they eat the taco, but I'm not going tacos over burritos.
This was hard. I'm the fattest guy out of everybody. I love shrimp tacos, fish tacos. They're probably my favorite. But burritos, I love breakfast burritos.
Yeah, they do have more.
I do love like Chick-fil-A breakfast burrito.
Yeah,
One of the best things I've ever had. Sonic sometimes. Regular burritos, depending on where you get them from, Chipotle or something, they'll probably be pretty good. This other place,
got good burritos too.
this place here in Memphis called Mexical's. They got a burrito that has fries and stuff in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty damn good. So it was kind of hard, but I'm gonna go with the tacos too. Shrimp tacos, fish tacos. I'm gonna have to go with that. They beat the burrito.
Chicken tacos. It's like you make it with the chicken strips, not like the actual
shredded chicken.
Like
shredded chicken is hard.
Really? I'm not talking about the shredded. I'm talking about the actual like
pulled chicken. That's what
no,
I'm talking
not that. Not like that. I'm talking about like sliced chicken.
Oh, yeah.
Grilled chicken, slice some Johnson, marinated food. So yeah, it's pretty good.
All right. The next one is gonna be burgers or pizza. Which one you got?
Let me take this one first. This is gonna be. They know what I'm about to say. That's why I'm taking this one first. I have to dive on in. I am 36 years old. I've never eaten a hamburger in my life. True story. I've never seen one. And you can at me. You can call me a lot. You can speak to people who have known me literally my entire life. I have never eaten a hamburger before. They don't look appealing to me. I don't care where you're getting them from. I don't care if yours is homemade. I don't care how big or. I'm not a fan of hamburgers. I'm so serious.
So we know you going pizza.
I'm going pizza, and it's not even. I would either.
$1 million.
Nope.
They say, Mr. Robinson, here you go. I just need you to eat this burger like you on Man versus Food. Just a regular burger from like Backyard Burger or something.
Mike Johnson, I know you loving this if you're watching this part.
And
so.
you won't even eat it. For $1 million.
You would have to give me $1 million and see. But right now, if we're going hypothetical, I'm gonna say no. There's just something that turns me off so good, so much about hamburgers.
If it was $1 million in front of this man, trust me, that burger gonna be gone. Trust me.
Do I get to pick the meat? Does it have to be like a beef burger?
It's
I don't know.
Beef, all beef patty with cheese,
Christ.
lettuce, tomato, pickle,
Stop.
all that good stuff.
Onions and special sauce.
Oh my God.
I'm
How
gonna
do
tell
y'all
you this
eat
right
hamburgers? Are y'all out of y'all
now.
minds?
Oh, so you know where I'm going. My answer is the burger. My wife.
I don't even eat hamburger helper.
My wife loves me dearly. But one of the things that I do that gets on her nerve, it doesn't matter what restaurant we go to. We can go to Ruth Chris Steakhouse.
All right.
And there's a possibility. If they have a burger on the menu,
You gonna get it?
I'm going to get it.
I can't. Now I
It
have.
drives her crazy. We'll go to a chicken joint. If I see burger, I'm getting
I'm good.
it.
I will
if it's
take a
a
chicken
burger.
sandwich, chicken nuggets, chicken tenders, fish
I get it.
sandwich, hot dogs, smoked sausage, pulled pork. Listen to me. You can name put 1,000 foods on the list. I guarantee you, the dead last would be a hamburger. I have no idea why. I just don't like hamburgers. They don't look appealing to me. I don't give a rat's ass who's making it, what you putting on it, how many awards it's won. I don't care. I just don't care. So I'm going pizza.
Well, I'm going to go pizza just because it's a more variety of choices. That's about it.
That's true.
Other than that, I like a good burger, especially from Five Guys or something
Somebody
like
what's your
that.
favorite one? Fast food burger. What's your favorite one then?
Fast food, I'm probably going to go.
Five,
If that was a-
Five Guys is going to be
Here we go.
the best burger.
Let me ask you this right here. If I told y'all, hey y'all, I want to try one burger one time, this $1 million burger, okay? Just a quick place you have to go right now. If all the fast food restaurants you've ever had a burger at was in our city right now, and I said, all right, for $1,000, I'll eat a burger. Where would you go and get me one?
You said fast food.
Fast food. Just like it's somewhere.
Because we have burger place. You know, Memphis is the fattest city in the country.
I heard of a place like Roxy's and
we
stuff.
got
like that.
Last Burger on Earth. We got places like Roxy's and all that.
Dixie Queen.
You got this Queen burgers. Yeah.
So a fast food burger.
So fast
Then
food,
we all
I
can relate
consider Backyard Burger and what we just say?
Five
Guys, probably the
Farm
top.
Burger.
Who?
Farm Burger.
It's a place called Farm Burger. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm with. You just said you're a burger master.
Babalu's got
But we said that's just
We're talking like a national chain.
national chain. We
I
ain't talking
probably
about
was-
the local
I probably
restaurant.
was
Five
like
Guys.
Five
Yeah,
Guys.
it had to be
Okay, Five Guys. All right.
So they have to be.
Interesting. Interesting to find what
All
you
right. All right. On to the next one. We got the Bloomin' Onion from Outback versus chips and salsa, probably from Chili's. Which one would you have?
This was so easy. So easy.
Oh yeah, chips and salsa for Chili's. I'm a chip man. Half my stomach and the fat I have on my body is from chips. I'm guaranteed you. From since I was little, had to go get the store, get the Doritos or the Brim chips and all that kind of stuff. Hey,
It appears the two of us
Chips
have
and
the same answer
salsa.
then.
my wife already know when we go to any restaurant, what am I gonna get for appetizer? Chips and salsa. What am I bringing home before we leave? Chips and salsa.
I was
That's
never
how I
just
go.
big in. I mean, I like chips and sauce. Now you would have said like queso dip or something. I might would have chosen queso dip, or you would have said
You
rotel
gotta have no cheese
or
at
whatever.
all.
I would have probably chose that. But
Okay.
since the question was chips and salsa, I'm gonna have to go with the Bloomin' Onion from Outback. It's gonna be my choice, hands down. Easy.
I'm a chip guy too. I love chips. Especially, I'm gonna tell you the best, not the best ones. The best ones to me are actually this place called, if you're ever in Memphis, Cochina Mexicana, I think it's the name of it. I might be wrong about how to pronounce it, so forgive me. But there's another place called Maria's Cantina. I do like salsa and chips. I would have to pick that over the Bloomin' Onion. I'm not actually a huge fan of onions, unless it's like onion rings. And it can't be like those flat wormy onions. Like I'm straight on those too. So in order for me to enjoy onions, they almost have to be like fried to the point where they.
Cantina, fat off.
Oh my goodness! If you were ever in the Memphis, like South Haven, Mississippi area, please try Maria's Cantina. They're actually really
And
good.
they got a fire burger.
See, I would have never known that. Their margaritas are crazy, stupid crazy.
But it's so many
They
places here in
fajitas
Memphis.
nice too, though.
It's a joke.
Like I said, we got plenty of places here in Memphis. 'Cause
Chicken
I've
joints.
never been to Maria's Cantina. It's plenty.
Really?
Oh, you gotta
It's
check them
plenty
out, bro.
places.
You gotta check
they're,
them
they're
out.
actually really, really
You
good.
gotta check them
I
out.
used to be in South Haven all the time when I worked down there, but I don't even go that way anymore.
You
I
gotta
thought I was
check
gonna say
them
on the
out.
border, but no.
Nah, on the border, that's
They way
shady.
better than on the border. Better
Yeah.
on the border.
Now on the border,
Fritos,
chips is pretty good.
Happy Mexican. Who else?
And then see that place is known for their drinks.
Margaritas better than all of them.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
All right, on to our second question. To get back on some of these fictional characters. What's your top 5 fictional characters? I mean, fictional villains,
Okay.
not characters. Fictional
Okay.
villains. Sticking with the villain here today.
All right.
So,
I'll
anybody
take
wants
this.
to go?
I'll
Man,
take
I can
this.
go. There you go, Vic.
I'll
You
take
a
this.
villain.
Yeah,
You a villain.
I'll take this one.
I got himself as number 1.
I should have actually. That was actually what I was gonna do to
Who was
get
that?
that situation. I put myself on there. But I am not a fictional villain. I am indeed a real live villain. Actually, on one of my honorable mentions, I'm gonna go with Barbosa from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Why was I just thinking Jack Sparrow in my head?
He was strictly, he's like an anti-hero.
Yeah.
I was gonna go with Barbosa and Blackbeard. Barbosa's actually a lot cooler than Blackbeard in that movie. Of course, Blackbeard's the ultimate pirate. So I'm gonna go with my top 5 villains of all time. Number 5, I'm gonna go with the Joker, the Laughing Man himself, completely maniacal. I think I have never met in like an embodiment of the Joker I didn't like. I do have my favorites. I do think Mark Hamill's portrayal in the DC animated universe is unbeatable. I think his work in the Arkham Knight series is great. I've never seen a Joker I didn't like. It has video games, movies, shows, anything. So the Joker is definitely in my top 5. Number 4, the first mutant ever on the face of the earth, Apocalypse, the one who will not die. Yes,
travesty.
Oh my
what
goodness.
they did to his character in X-Men Apocalypse. The baddest dude.
Yeah,
but that was Fox.
So I was actually so dismayed at that movie. Yeah. And the movie actually wasn't terrible. The villain was
I mean, he wasn't even a believable.
No, like they didn't show anything about. Yeah, his costume is just whatever, dude.
He looked like well, I'm not gonna say that.
He like a clown.
Well, I was gonna say cosplayer, but I don't want to be disrespectful.
It did. Well, I know what you mean. Yeah. It didn't look. You didn't have to try to, like, real. What am I? You didn't have to try to make him like a real person. No, make him look like a fucking comic book character.
Like how they did Thanos. Could have been the same.
Yeah, that's just yeah. But in the overall scheme of comics, the old X-Men cartoons, I love Apocalypse. I like his powers, his energy manipulations, his size manipulations, his Apocalypse. Number 3, I'm gonna go with Agent Smith. From the Matrix series. Yeah, I love Agent Smith. I like his slow, like maniacal speech. Mr. Anderson. You know, he was just always so sure of himself. He did win the last battle. If we're being honest, he did defeat Neo in the end.
That man is he is a phenomenal.
Yeah, he is, dude. Hugo Weaving. He's in some of the biggest. He played
Rings,
Transformers. Megatron.
He was Megatron.
Really? Yes.
I did not know that.
Yes, Hugo Weaving was Megatron. Red Skull. You know what I mean? He he was, like you said, Lord Elrond. You know what I mean? So yeah, he was in V for Vendetta, which actually wasn't a terrible one. I thought it was okay. Yeah. So yeah, I like Hugo Weaving. Yeah, it was Megatron.
In all of them.
In all of them.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Learn something new today.
Number 2, I will always say this. I named my son after him. I gotta go with Magneto.
It's hard to.
Yeah, it's hard to go against Magneto, the leader of the Brotherhood, the one who understands his place in the world and understands what he wants to do. You know who number 1 is going to be, Lord Vader. I respect him enough to not even call him Darth Vader. I call him Lord Vader. Okay, he is the most badass of all time. He's the only person. This is real thing. He's the only person, y'all, who when he is on the screen, his music is constantly playing. There's no other. When he is on the screen, there is no other track playing. If he has a 20-minute monologue, it's a 20-minute version of the Imperial March. Darth Vader is scary. He's even scarier up close. But he's terrifying from across the galaxy. When I saw him force choke the guy from ever done, my favorite Darth Vader line was on the end of my top 5 list. I know I'm the one who talks too much. However, Darth Vader in a comic book, I forget what the name of the comic book is, but he storms this base or whatever, and they spring a trap. And they say, Darth Vader, surrender. You are surrounded by 600 rebels, 600 men, surrender. Darth Vader turns to them and said, I'm only surrounded by fear and dead men. He goes to work. That line right there, although it just gave me goosebumps thinking about that, to be surrounded completely and literally say, no, I sense everybody's fear, and they're all about to die.
So, you know, one thing with Vader, and I didn't realize this and this kind of goes back to I think 2 episodes ago we talked about DC and their lack of writing with Star Wars and the remakes. There was a scene where they kind of tied it, which you might have missed it if you don't really think about it like the way I did. Mm-hmm. The scene when Vader and Luke were fighting, and Luke had took the high ground, and he was like, "I see Obi-Wan trained you well," which is a tie-in to
episode 3.
Well, that would have been episode.
Yeah, 3.
Episode 3.
Yeah.
Revenge of the Sith. Yeah.
So
he beats him by taking the high ground,
which is how he ended up in that situation. If you've seen the remakes, well, I keep calling them remakes, but whatever you want to call it. But anyway, I guess I do my top 5. Did you do? You did all 5 of yours.
Yeah.
I gotta go through my honorable mentions. Of course, you got the Terminator, the Xenomorphs from the Alien franchise. Anyway,
Xenomorphs. That was probably the scariest thing. People don't put that in an action sci-fi movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually a horror movie. Alien 2.
especially the first two.
Yeah, the first two were terrifyingly scary. Yeah, I don't even really
Bro, the
watch
scene
those,
when Officer Kane was at the table and he just starts convulsing and then it
Dude,
just busts through
it's
his chest. That was like the first, I think that was the first time you actually saw the Xenomorph. Man, that was off the chain. But anyway,
You know the scariest scene? Can I tell it out there real quick?
Go ahead.
The scariest scene in alien history when they're crawling through the duct. It's all like dark, and then she aims the weapon and the alien busts out.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that.
Aliens still go hard to this day.
I'm sorry about that. I just
Yeah.
had to throw that out there. Go for
But my number 5,
it. All right.
the T-1000 from Terminator 2.
All right.
That man was
Okay. Liquid metal, right?
Liquid metal.
I'm with you.
dog.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Yeah.
The scene when they were in the police car, this man was on foot. And
Oh,
they
it was
and
like
they were-
doing 70
Yeah,
on foot.
and they were playing that music, and he already had his arms in like a little spike for him.
Dude, I
He
hate
was just
that.
chasing them.
That was so scary that when he goes in the elevator too, and
Opens it up. Yeah.
when he has a little hook lashed on to him, that dude was horrifying.
T-1000, he's a bad dude. Who was also, he hadn't been in too many war movies, but he was, what was that movie with John Cena? He was the bad guy in that joint.
Yeah, he sure
The
was.
Marine.
Yeah, the Marine. He sure
Yeah,
was.
he was a bad guy in that
He
joint.
was.
My number 4, I know I'm going to catch a side eye from the villain on this one. I'm going to look over here. Darth Vader is my number 4.
What?
Lord Vader, whatever you want to call him.
4?
He is
Can't
my
even make
number
top
4.
2?
He's my number 4. Everyone's favorite Sith. The mask, the heavy breathing, the red. There you got the red lightsaber. James Earl Jones, and all phenomenal he did
Yes.
voicing that character. And what's funny is I actually was gonna put Agent Smith, but
Yeah.
you kind of talked about him, so I switched and put back what I had originally.
All right.
My number 3, Hannibal, the Cannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
My number 3.
The Lamb series. I'm
No
with
one's
that.
more bad than this guy. And then just the fact that he escaped from the prison
Okay.
wearing the face of the security guard, like, come on,
Yeah,
bro.
that's
You don't get more G than that, dog.
Yeah, that's still terrible. Yeah.
Number 2, you know I'm a big Marvel fan. You know I
Mhm.
love the Marvel movies. I gotta go with Thanos. Like,
Okay, I'm with it.
big bad. And normally with the villains, you know, they always seem they have these schemes and they always, you know, it's coming apart. At some point.
Right.
But he actually accomplished what he set out
Yes,
to
he
do.
did. Yes, he did.
He set
Yes, he did.
out. He got all the. I mean, before they went back in time and did all that other stuff. But
Yeah.
originally, he destroyed half the life in the universe.
True. You know what else I respect about him? And being a true villain, you have to respect when you're beaten.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that at the end of the second one, first off, he did
Oh, he just took a knee.
He just sat there and was like, "Good job, y'all."
Yeah,
He just like faded. He didn't try to like rush it. Just let it go.
Yeah.
Even at the end of the first one, where he did exactly what he said he was gonna do. What are you gonna do when you eliminate half all creation? He's gonna sit there and watch the sunrise in a new universe. That's exact. He didn't go and make an empire, and he retired.
He went to his retirement home,
let it go.
pulling his vegetables
Yeah.
out or whatever.
He didn't become more ambitious as he grew in power. That's
Mhm.
actually. And then he destroyed the stones.
Yeah, he did.
He didn't quest for
So
more.
that could be
Because
another-
That's respect, dude.
because he's basically a good guy
That was
with a
driven
bad
bad.
guy's heart, just like
Yeah.
Magneto and all the rest of
Mhm.
them.
It wasn't a terrible guy. He was just trying to stave off extinction.
So I guess my number 1,
Lord Vader again.
me and the villain, we just switched. We really switched our 1s and 4s. Because my number 1 is this guy right here,
Oh yeah.
the Joker. Everyone's
Mhm.
favorite clown, which is probably why he didn't put him at number 1, because he doesn't like clowns. But I'm gonna go with the Joker. He's just got to be the number 1, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just completely insane. One of the few characters that really would get the best of Batman on
Yeah.
more than one occasion.
It's true.
I
You
gotta
know
go
what my
with the
favorite
Joker.
thing about the Joker is? This is, and I'm sorry, I know I already catch heat for this.
Just little chaos.
This is why I don't pick the Heath Ledger version to be my favorite. This is why I will pick the Mark Hamill version. And it would probably be a tie between him and Mark Hamill. I think Jack. I think the Joker is funny, dude. Like if you look at some of his stuff, Joker makes some really terrible jokes. He is really funny.
He is funny.
I wish they would have made the Heath Ledger he should have made just some dark joke. Like the Joker makes a joke out of ripping somebody's face off or like.
Okay, that's like the Killing Joke.
Yes.
The one when he.
When he beat Rock.
Yeah.
Funny as hell.
Made plenty of jokes.
Yeah, he just made real jokes, and because he understood that he was still a clown. Like the Heath Ledger version, he wore the makeup and he wore the mask, but there was nothing really clown-esque about him. Like,
now my favorite scene in Dark Knight was when he was talking to them and Gambit and them, and he said, "I'm gonna make this pencil disappear."
Oh yeah, he's like it's. Like when he pops out with the grenade field jacket, that was pretty cool. But I'm with you.
So he had to be my number one. But Kraken, let's see what you got.
You know what? I had to do mine different.
Gotta be
as usual.
You gotta think.
Nothing wrong with that.
You know, everybody's got Darth Vader. Everybody knows Vader, but he didn't make my top 5 at all. This is a different top 5. Really, but it is. No particular order. First on my list is gonna be Lo Pan.
Big Trouble,
Little China.
I'm with you. All right.
You know, he had the evil organization.
Yes.
He was dealing in the mystic arts and all that kind of stuff. He was trying to get the women. He was trying to buy both women. So I say, hey.
He was looking badass disguise.
Lo Pan made my list. So
good, man.
I'm being different right now.
I'm with you.
Another one. Skeletor.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I can't believe you didn't make that. So I'm more list.
Skeletor, one of the greatest villains of all time. Along with this dude right here, Mum-Ra.
He was on my list at first, yeah.
You got both of them.
I'm with it.
All right. My other two, you have to kind of think about Vegeta for Dragon Ball Z. You know, he turned good, but he was probably the worst villain at first.
Yeah, he was. And he's still a pretty asshole
he's still,
hero.
He's a hero, but he's an asshole. But he was that villain at first.
Yeah, he is. He is.
I think the scene where he had that pink shirt on and they were teasing him.
Oh, yeah.
Said bad man. Actually, in the Japan version, I think he says like badass or something like that.
Yeah.
Something crazy like
Vegeta's one of the best hero anti-heroes ever created.
Yeah, I agree with
that. Because you love to hate him, but he's, to me, out of everybody in Dragon Ball Z, he's probably my second favorite next to Gohan. Gohan could have been better. They're trying to bring him back to being better in this new Dragon Ball Super.
See, that's the writers. The writers did that.
Yeah, because
the fans wanted Goku back.
I know.
Gohan was supposed to take over when he beat Cell.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They reverted him back to a straight college student.
And
I hated that.
He became a nerd, and it was.
And I'm like,
he just stopped fighting. He just stopped training.
But they're trying to make up for it. I see it in the comic books or what they call the manga. They're trying to make up for it. He's trying to come back in Dragon Ball Super. But my number one villain, and I had to think about this one.
If Vader didn't make the list, I'm baffled to see who this is.
Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny is a villain.
Bugs Bunny is a straight up villain.
He is.
Everybody, remember the old cartoon? Everybody he deals with minding their own damn business. And here he comes.
Now Elmer Fudd coming after him hunting.
Elmer Fudd was only hunting
rabbits.
That was the only person who probably Bugs Bunny
came
after Bugs Bunny, but Yosemite Sam, all the other little side characters.
He was always
they never came after the man. Daffy Duck. What Daffy Duck do to that man?
That Shaker was pretty cool actually. That little Bugs Bunny is the number one villain. That's actually pretty badass.
He's probably the number one. I'm like,
who should have made my list now that you said that? Judge Doom from Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
Judge Doom was actually pretty cool too.
Yep.
Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And he was scary as hell too.
Yeah.
With the all black and the sun.
That crazy hairdo he had too.
Yeah.
So that's what I did for my top 5. I wanted to be a little bit different.
Yeah, you was different.
I definitely want to be different.
Did I see Bugs Bunny being number one?
Bring up some names or some thoughts people would never kind of thought of. But yeah, Bugs Bunny's just a real ass.
If that's the case, technically, Jerry was one too.
Yeah, Jerry used to mess with Tom all
He
the
used to
time.
mess with Tom more than Tom
Yeah.
messed with him.
Yeah.
He used to mess with Tom all the time.
Yeah.
Come over there,
He
eat
did
all the
too.
food at the fridge and stuff.
Yeah. Just mess with him for no reason.
Mhm.
Tom be hollering at the female. Wait, who coming to hate? Jerry.
Old Jerry.
He's just in the way.
I get it.
All
I
right.
get it.
Man, the issue is the issue ain't my baby.
Yeah.
That's actually
man.
one of my favorite scenes. I love
Oh, that's
it.
dope,
Yeah,
bro.
that
Oh, yeah,
scene right
that-
there was just was awesome. Yeah.
All right. So moving on to the who you got. We got DreamWorks versus Pixar. Who produced the best stuff?
You go first. What do you think?
I got an answer after much deliberation.
Yeah.
I don't have an answer really. Pixar's pretty good. DreamWorks makes some good movies like what's the thing? Kung Fu Panda and all that. That's what I would say. Kung Fu Panda is probably my favorite animated movies. Pixar, you know, they have who's that? Toy Story and all them.
Yes.
So that was kind of hard. Despicable Me, nah, they made by Illumination.
Mm.
So if I had to pick one that I enjoy, boy, it's probably gonna be DreamWorks, just because of the Kung Fu Panda.
Okay. I'm with it.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I like Kung Fu Panda.
Okay.
All right.
And for Jack Black
Dragon
and
Warrior
all
wasn't
them.
no joke now.
Yeah, I actually like
Hoffman,
Kung Fu Panda.
yeah, that's pretty
Somebody
good.
actually put that on our Instagram page, the Dragon Warrior versus Leonardo.
Yeah, I did
Well,
that.
that's actually pretty badass.
Yeah.
Yes, that's pretty badass.
I think
What you do
Dragon
that for?
Warrior
You got
kick
one
his
there.
ass.
I guess I'll go
You want
next. So it was hard. Like you said, Pixar, you got Toy Story, you got The Incredibles,
Yeah,
you got Nemo, Monsters Inc., you got Cars, was
Right.
also them.
Yeah.
Then you got DreamWorks, you got Kung Fu Panda. Shrek was probably their other biggest
Mhm.
character. How to Train Your Dragon,
Forgot
Trolls,
about that.
The Crew.
Oh my god.
But it was really hard. But I actually had to go with DreamWorks as well.
Mm-hmm.
But it is because of their live action films that I chose DreamWorks. So you got movies like the Transformers franchise, one of my all-time favorite movies, Gladiator.
Oh, that was
You got
made by
movies-
DreamWorks.
DreamWorks.
So what's-
Small Soldiers,
Oh, man, I forgot about Small Soldiers.
The Help, Shutter Island,
Okay.
Saving Private Ryan.
Okay.
Those films tilted the scale to DreamWorks for me.
I mean, what we say?
See, I was thinking
Betty
about like
Max 3.
straight animation.
See that one, and this is when I did my straight animation. This is how I picked. I'm gonna pick DreamWorks too. The reason I'm gonna pick DreamWorks over Pixar, I will always feel like Pixar would try to get the edge because they have Disney backing them. It's always Disney Pixar. DreamWorks has a little bit more flexibility to do a few more racy things. You know what I mean? They can make theirs a little bit more adult, a few more adult innuendos, which actually makes it fun for us who have to take the kids sometimes. I think, like you said, Pixar is one of the best animated movie studios ever. But as far as iconic characters, they both have that on their roster. The slight edge I'm giving DreamWorks is mainly because Pixar has the backing of Disney. And that's almost like not fair. Now, if we went Disney versus DreamWorks,
You can't do that though.
well, you know what?
Unless you leave out, you gotta leave out a lot, like all the.
You have to do
Oh,
a
this
time
stuff.
frame since Disney. Yeah, you have to do a time frame. Well, I'm not talking about their acquired material, like their original material. I probably still have to go with
Disney might
Disney.
take
But
that, dog.
what about live action movies? I probably take Disney has some badass live action movies. I think are really really good.
Yeah, the Pirates franchise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I like I said, I'm still choosing DreamWorks overall because, like I said, it just have a little bit more freedom.
But if you talking about Disney animated, dog, you talking about like the Lion King, bro.
Yeah, they have a couple of the
Mulan.
greatest movies ever
Nah,
made.
bro,
Yeah.
you gonna have to go
Yeah.
with Disney on
Yeah,
that one.
you have to. You have to. I'm with you on that. So yeah, I'm with you.
All right, so next one's gonna be anime subs versus dubs. So you came up with this one.
I did.
You came up with this one. Explain what the subs and dubs is.
For the people who don't know, anime subs and dubs. An anime sub is one that is, of course, anime is originally is usually Japanese. The anime sub is when you watch like a Dragon Ball Z, or my favorite, probably to be one of the greatest of all times, Ninja Scroll. I've seen the sub and the dub. The sub version is when they have it in original Japanese language, and you have the subtitles. You have to read. The dub is when they shoot the movie and they dub American voices over it. I've never been a fan of dub. The only dub I like because it's cheesy is like the old Shaw Brothers flicks. Because it kind of like a running joke with the whole, the mouth doesn't go with the words and everything. I actually like reading subtitles. I put them on movies I watch to this day. Like any movie I watch, I put it on subtitles. I like the original. Sometimes it can be a bit much to pay attention to, but anime usually the actions are so drawn out. You know what I mean? Like a jump kick take like 3 minutes. You know what I mean? So I have time to read what they're saying and enjoy the action. So for me personally, I'm not a purist on my anime, but I would have to go with subs over dubs. I've always thought dubs never really captured the voice they were really trying to imitate. Some of them sound kind of silly, especially when you hear like Americans try to do the jet. It's just not very good. It's not very good at all. Some of them are, but I'm going with subs over dubs.
Okay, I can understand. I respect that. I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree though.
I can dig it.
For me, I do like subs and dubs both. For the most part, if I had to choose between if an anime has both versions, more than likely I'm gonna choose the dub. Just
I can dig it.
Because with the sub, I gotta make sure I'm paying attention all the way. I gotta make sure I'm reading all the words on the screen. Versus the dub, I might could be doing something else and I can still hear what's going on. It also depends on the anime because there are some bad dubs.
Yeah.
And some subs, like for Dragon Ball Z,
That's
there
what
is
I'm
no
say.
way
Yeah.
I'm watching that sub. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not finna hear Kakarot, Goku, whatever you want to call him, and his little scream and I'm not
The little
doing it.
light boy. That's what I just finna say. It depends on because
It
that's
just
a
depends
prime
on
example.
it depends on the voice
The
actor.
American Dragon Ball Z voice is way better than the Japanese high pitched voice screaming
And
Goku.
that's actually
Oh,
rare.
not only that,
Normally
better.
the sub voices are pretty good, but I know they got that woman, and it's like Goku, this big old swole dude, and he
It's
sounds
just
like a chick.
high pitch.
I
Yeah,
mean, come on, bro. It's just
I'm
horrible.
gonna say something. I'm gonna piggyback off of that. I think, and please don't run me through the mud for it, because even the women I know say this. Women screams in anime,
It's bad.
it's like nails on a chalkboard. It's nails on a chalkboard bad. That part I'll agree with you. There are some I do prefer in dub over sub. But like I said, my first two I ever fell in love with was Ninja Scroll and
Great
and
anime. I haven't seen it. Great
and
anime.
Akira. And
Also-
both of those I
also
saw in
great.
sub. So I just kind of feeling like, okay, this is kind of cool, So yeah,
But I will say this, kind of off topic, not really off topic. If we talking kung fu movies, I'm watching that sub. There's no way I'm watching that. Hello, no, I'm not doing that. It's gonna be sub. I can't watch that dub.
I would rather they don't talk during the fights in it. That's why it doesn't matter with me. They only talk during like the plot points and like the most Shaw Brothers flicks. Like they're not like talking and all this stuff. So it's like I don't have to pay attention to anything while they're doing all the action part. You know what I mean? So yeah, which one would you pick? Correct.
it's just like we were just talking about. It just depends on the movie.
Okay.
Like first time I watched Dragon Ball, I was in college. It was straight
Subs.
subs.
I'm with it.
Yeah,
And
you
it
almost
was
gotta
cool.
turn. You almost gotta turn it off because it's so annoying.
It's cool, but yeah, all that Kakaroto and all that loud, little bitty voice, and I just kept it. It just annoyed me, even though
I can dig it.
there's some of the best fighting. We had all the blood and all the racy parts of it, but as far as the voices, sometimes I just have to go dub. I just had to.
I'm with you.
It was just for if it wasn't
That's
for
a
that
strictly
Dragon Ball
preference
Z.
thing.
Hey, in Japan or wherever it's from, I guess you guys like that. Hey, I guess y'all think the opposite too, but yeah, that's just how I gotta go. So on the next one, we're gonna throw a big loop in it. I thought almost about changing this one.
Just a singer.
Yes.
Going singing right now.
All right.
Whitney Houston versus Mariah Carey. Out in a sing off. Who you got?
This was easy for me yet again. I mean, this was one of the easiest who you got for me. I will die on this sword. Whitney Houston is the greatest vocalist in my opinion. I'm not saying she has the most range or anything.
I know what you mean.
We know she does. I mean, she can't come close to them. Those many Riverton was hitting.
Oh yeah.
But to me, Whitney Houston, yeah,
All right.
all day, every day.
All right. I mean, I'll take this next as I take my sip of my cup. Made by Style Like a Boss by Sadria. Please go ahead and follow her. She makes all of our cool gear, all of our Lost Blair stuff. So please go on Facebook, Style Like a Boss by Sadria. Hit her up. She ships. She makes pretty much anything personalized. Give us some business. I'll say this. There comes a point, and I'm talking like the whole part of it. I think Mariah Carey is annoying. It's been especially lately Mariah Carey. I think she's completely annoying.
You got to go with her old stuff like Hero back then.
Even
you can't go with that.
All right, well, if I'm being honest, I still think Whitney Houston is, to me, up there next to, not saying she's one or two, like Anita Baker, people like that. I think Anita Baker's one of the best singer-songwriters ever. But Mariah Carey,
I think Anita Baker over all both.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? To me, she's the best.
I'm sorry,
Anita Baker reminds me of my mom. Like those songs, like that Rapture album and all that stuff. To me, but Mariah in this battle, if it's Mariah versus Whitney, Mariah's getting the 4 white with her.
For me, it's Whitney and Marvin Gaye.
Cause
I can take that.
I tell people, we're gonna do a music episode probably next anyway, but think of all of Whitney Houston's albums. The Bodyguard was probably some of her most memorable work, other than the national anthem.
This is the best ever. If you are practicing the national anthem, you are literally always battling for second. It's the greatest rendition ever in the history of mankind.
So other than I'm Your Baby Tonight, all the little 80s pop stuff, tit for tat, her and Anita battle on the same level. Now, as far as singing, Whitney probably does have the best voice. But Anita's unique, just like Mariah's unique. She's
crazy.
So who you picking?
Mariah had some good songs like Vision of Love. You know, everybody remember her on Arsenio Hall. That's how she got out there singing Vision of Love. With her range is crazy, but she still is a good singer, especially all her Christmas albums. That's all. She's the queen of Christmas right now.
Hey, that junk they did with Boys and Men.
Yeah.
My favorite.
So you picking Mariah?
One Sweet Day. That's what I think his name.
Yeah, that's not.
So, for his hits, Mariah has probably more hits out of than Whitney. But it's Whitney Houston voice. It's just different.
I give you that.
It's true. It's strong.
It is.
But it ain't.
Yeah.
Like Jennifer Hudson got a strong voice.
Yeah.
But it's not like that strong where it's like overpowering. But she's
dude, like this I Want to Run to You. She's singing to me right there. That's what Whitney Houston was singing to me. I'll tell you, I remember that video like it ain't nothing. But like I said, Whitney is probably going to be mine for this one. She's better. She used to go, unfortunately, she had some other issues, just like a lot of our great singers and entertainers.
It's always the icons. It's always the geniuses. They always got those things.
Heavy is the crown. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, though. So, yeah, that sucks. Like the Forever 27 gang. Some of the greatest.
Amy Winehouse, Kurt Cobain,
Jimi Hendrix, Brian Jones, Janis Joplin. There's a lot.
Just a whole bunch.
What's one from the Doors? The Lizard King.
What's his name?
Oh my goodness. Morrison.
Van Morrison. Val Kilmer.
So
Jim Morrison.
Jim Morrison,
not Van Morrison. Van Morrison, the one saying Moon Dance. Well, the marvelous night for a moon dance. Or Brown Eyed Girl. That's the other song he sang. Yeah, I know a whole bunch of damn songs that most black people wouldn't know. All right. So that's pretty much it for that. Who you got? We're down to our review of the day, which is Monster Hunter. I didn't watch the movie, so I'm gonna let you guys probably seen it. I know y'all seen it. I'm gonna let y'all discuss it.
You know what Monster Hunter was?
Oh my god.
Trash. Do you hear me? Trash. Do you hear me? That movie was awful. I'm gonna tell you what set me off. First 5 minutes of that movie. There's a scene where they're in the desert in the Humvee. Megan Good is in the truck, looking good as usual, in the desert, full military gear, with her 6-inch eyelashes just batting away. Like, the realism for me, T.I., horrible. He died. Oh, I can't. Well, I guess it don't. He dies.
Oh, we got
like
plenty of
first
spoilers over here.
20 minutes in the
Yes.
movie. It's just bad. And I'm really getting to the point where with Mila Djokovic, like everything, I know her husband was a director, just like he was in the Resident Evil movies, like except for the first 2 Resident Evils and the Fifth Element, which is hands down like a classic. If you haven't seen it. Like Ultraviolet was garbage. I said it. This movie was garbage. Despite Tony Jaa being in it, as great a martial artist as he is. The movie just, and then of course they don't follow the video game story all the way. I almost wondered if the budget wasn't good because the CGI was kind of lacking in that movie as well. It kind of looked like that just could have came straight to DVD. To be honest, it just could have came straight to DVD.
Straight to DVD. I'll give it this. I'm not gonna put it on any pedestals. I did watch it. I didn't think it was horrible.
It's a Christmas Story bad.
Oh my goodness.
That's how bad it is.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm a sucker for 80s I'm an 80s kid. So big action movies will always catch my attention. I always see what they tried to do. It didn't follow really any of the, except for a couple of the monsters. That was like the Rathalos. Other than that, it didn't follow any of the video game canon. But I understand that when these producers make these movies, they have to make them to where if you've never heard of Monster Hunter before, you can dive in the movie and still have a good time. And not be one of the people like they picked apart that World of Warcraft movie. You know what I mean? But a lot of people don't play World of Warcraft.
I actually like that.
I actually thought it was a pretty good movie. They crapped on that movie. But you have to make it to where the people who played thousands of hours of Warcraft and the people who've never even known it was a real thing can both enjoy it at the same time. So with that being said, I'll say this about Monster Hunter. I didn't think the CG was terrible. I thought the storyline was really what kind of drove it down. The whole they just got transported through this magical storm that just kind of came out of nowhere and never really explains why it chose them or why it came to be. I think they went on that old-fashioned, let's just give you more action than substance and hope that's what you remember. But like you said, we're always full of spoilers on the show. I didn't like how a lot of the characters died right away. I thought
like the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, they never really explained. They showed how they went through the portal, but they never really explained why it was there, or it was just they tried with the Ron Perlman, like the Sand Pirates, and they tried. But I think if they would have stuck to a more jungle setting, because they had that one scene, it was almost like Tremors, like the old 80s movie Tremors, where you couldn't step on the ground and the huge monster would come up against you.
Hey, Tremors was that jump back.
Tremors was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And so I think had they stuck to more of the canon to where it was like a more no modern soldiers with AR, that was stupid. They should have stayed with
they should have just
a mythical land of just monsters.
The whole
yeah,
movie should have just took place in that one.
Yes, it shouldn't have been a reason to where we have to connect to 2020 to wherever they are.
Yeah,
it should have just been the movie starts. A dude with a really cool, huge, crazy-looking sword is fighting the Rathalos. It's so much you could have done with that movie. Not had to have made it straight from the video game, but made it from the video. You know what I'm saying?
They could have explained it better.
Yeah.
They could have slowed it down.
It could have been a world of monsters.
Made a part
That's
two.
all they had to do. Because I'm big on action movies. Like a lot of times, a lot of movies. Okay, like the movie Pacific Rim. I love Pacific Rim.
I had to go back and watch 1. I actually didn't like 1 at first.
A lot of people might not like it, but I went to the movie just on. I'm gonna see a robot fight a monster.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be plenty of that going on.
Yeah.
That's why I
That's
like
exactly what it was.
But it wasn't the plot holes or anything. It wasn't so gaping like in Monster Hunter where it was like, it's just.
I think they could have
made me scratch my head.
They could have done without the. They could have done without the military aspect. I think you didn't have to put because now the movie is more so focused on how the hell did we get here, where the hell are we, how the hell did we get home? Oh shit, they're monsters. Instead of this is where we live, this is what we deal with every day, this is how we combat them. You know what I mean? I think they could have done better with how they did the storytelling.
They'd have just made all of them die and be like a predator, one surviving person. Try to figure out how to kill this one huge ass monster.
Yeah, it was too much going on in the movie. Then when they found the big monster, it's about now he's finna come to our. It was a lot going on in that movie. They could have made it a lot better without having to make it straight from the video game.
I did not think that there would be another one of those.
Oh no, that was a one-off. I think all those new video game action was gonna be one-offs. I mean, why not? You know, some of those movies they don't need to be remade. I mean, might as well make it now while it's a hot video game. You know what I mean? And try to get what a few people. I don't know. That was It's not a rewatcher, but it's okay if you like big action. Get people fighting giant monsters.
Okay. Well, it look like you guys both give it how many blurs?
He's giving it 0. I'll give it out of 5.
I'll give it 1.5.
Oh, come on now. You gonna say it's worse than Wonder Woman?
You're also the same person that gave Christmas Story 1 star, 0 stars, so 0 blurs.
I didn't say it was 0.
You called it garbage.
I didn't call it garbage. I called it trash.
Okay.
But still, so how many blurs would? Since so far, Undercover Brother
out of
2
5,
has a half a blur, probably a blurred foot.
Okay,
So out of 5, how many blurs would you give it?
I'll give it 2. 2 blurs.
So you saying it's worse than Wonder Woman? 84, because we gave that 2.5.
Yeah, I would rather watch. You know what?
I already have my answer. Why he shipped? I'm gonna go ahead. I'll give it 3. I'm not gonna give it 3.5, because 3.5 to me entails a bit of replay value. I think that's one of those movies I can watch once and be fine. I'm gonna give it 3. I do think it was far better because, like I said, it was a real threat. People had no idea how to fight it. They realized their modern weapons weren't really working, except for like I said, spoilers like the bombs and stuff like that. But other than that, like I said, it was okay. I found myself not sitting there wishing, or not like, dude, when is it? If we're comparing it to Wonder Woman, there were parts in Wonder Woman where I was ready just for this jump to be over with.
That's why I had to think, because like Wonder Woman.
That's how I gauge movies. Was I ever ready for it to be over with? Not Monster Hunter. I wasn't like, okay, just, there's another scene. Okay. I was like, okay, let me see what you're going to do. Like, maybe something happens to kind of turn the tide. So I'll give it 3. If I gave Wonder Woman 1.5, right? I think I gave this 1.5.
No, we didn't give it that low.
Maybe 2?
It was like 2 and 2.5. I think consensus was like 2.5.
I'll give Monster Hunter 2 and 3/4.
Okay, that'll work.
Okay, a little bit better than
a little bit, just like Wonder Woman 84 and Monster Hunter sitting right on top of that bad boy.
So that's like I said, Undercover Brother 2 was the worst, and I think we gave Come to America 2 was a 2 also. Then we gave Come to America 2 a 2, and Undercover Brother 2 half blurred.
That junk, yeah.
Well, we supposed to not even talk about that movie in the
That
movie.
junk.
All right, Billy, let's go ahead and end this episode with the favorite part of the day.
Yes. She calls herself Well, let me start off. Her Instagram is HelloXKela. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I think I am. It's HelloXKela. HelloXKela. She is a cosplayer. She says she's awkward and creepy, and she loves all things 90. Now, if you're looking at her pictures right there, you see there's nothing creepy about her. One of my favorite ones she does is she does the Duff Man. I think it's really, really awesome. She does She also does a Meg from Family Guy that is really nice. She also does a Miss Frazzle from the Magic School Bus. It's pretty cool. You see the ones that are flash up on the screen right now. Really fun person. When you talk to her, she doesn't seem awkward. She really nice person, very engaging. Like I said, I get a chance to talk to, all the people we asked to be on the show. So hello, S. Keely, you are our cosplay crush of the day. Keep doing what you're doing. You are fun. You are gorgeous. Your cosplay costumes are dead on, and we appreciate you for being a fan of the show. So thank you.
Okay. Well, like and subscribe to her channels and all the things she has, and remember to like and subscribe to everything we're doing. Give us some feedbacks, comment on everything. Hey, no matter what you're doing,
Shirts.
bad stuff, good stuff, and all, yeah, we got to show our shirts. So today, I got my Eat Sleep basketball shirt for my little organization we do sports for. So, hey, that's the one I got on.
Mm-hmm. The Ball Brothers, right?
Yeah, Bowl Brothers.
Please look them up. They're doing amazing things in the community.
Yeah, you can also donate to the Bowl Brothers.
Please do.
Got a website, bowlbrothers.org. Hey, donate it with non-profit. Do a lot of good stuff for the kids in the Memphis community.
Please do. Thank you. This is a shirt really I was going to buy for these two gentlemen if I would have seen their size. It just says simply size matters. It's a double bubble shirt. You see it blowing the big bubble. Of course, double bubble is not for having like the biggest bubbles you can blow. But as we all know, size does matter.
This is true. My shirt, classic, one of my favorite shows ever. This Chappelle show. And on here you can see the Rick James. What did the five fingers say to the face? Slap. Slap. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Make sure y'all comment. Please comment.
Slap that subscribe button.
And hit that subscribe. Please. Slap that.
on every platform, Instagram, Twitter,
All 5 fingers.
YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. I think that's all of them. Do it all.
I
so
got
far.
another one from Chappelle show. I might wear that one for the next episode.
All right, so we'll see you guys another time.
Take it easy.